I've been back, it's just kind of all I could think about is the first time I'm entering the field into the link. So excited about that and looking forward to the opportunity.
Over the last 5 years, have you thought about this moment? I mean, have you thought about the possibility of coming back and then what it would be like?
Nah, man, never thought about it, man. I try to live my life, day in and day out, never try to peak too soon. So just one of them things where it just kind of happened. So, you just got to react towards it.
Carson talked about how excited he was in particular for you to go out there on Sunday. What's it going to be like finally working with him in a regular season game?
It's going to be awesome, man. We worked so hard to get to where we're at right now. I feel like, the time, waits no more. We're here. And we get the opportunity to go out and, be the 2019 Philadelphia Eagles and showcase our talents and showcase what we're capable of doing. So look forward to having a great year and just playing at a high level all season.
Is there something different about playing in Philly, like especially on an opening day, than maybe the other places you've been?
Honestly, it's great football here, man. The city's behind us. The fans. It's no other great feelings to have the support like you have here in Philadelphia. So I think everyone inside this building knows what's at stake, and we just want to go out there and do everything we need to do to accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Does it make it more special playing against Washington, one of your former teams?
Sure, that's just who they chose for us to play the first game. So not necessarily, man. We're going to go out there, and regardless of what team it is, we're going to go out there and do what we need to do.
Now that you guys are focused on kind of game week specific routes, how do you feel like your timing is with Carson Wentz moving on from those preseason routes?
Yeah, obviously we didn't get too much time in preseason. He hasn't played in preseason. I probably played 3-4 snaps. So I think the work we've got in the off season, as far as OTAs, going back to first phase, second phase, I think we've put in a lot of work and took the steps we need to take to where we need to get to right now. So it's nothing get you in better position than game time. So we just got to fill it out, but we feel good about it.
It seemed like you and him clicked pretty early in practice. I guess it takes different times for different quarterbacks, but did you feel like it came together pretty quickly?
Yeah, I think, the work's been put in. That's the first step. And, gelling with a new player, obviously a new quarterback and wide receiver. So, we spent the time. We didn't, take shortcuts to doing what we wanted to do, being professional. So we felt, it was going to take some work. We knew what it was going to take, and we did it. We put it in. So now we get to go out there and have all the fun.
What's it been like getting to know Carson off the field too? I know you guys spent some time together. I mean, why do you think you guys have been able to gel in that regard too?
Obviously, brotherhood. That's what's important to us here in this locker room. Throughout the whole team, it's not just one area. Offense, defense. I think we all, we work so hard and we spend so much time together. We look at each other like family. So I think, regardless of who it is in this building, it's a part of this 53-man roster. We just want to, create something that comes from the head man, which is Mr. Laurie, and he kind of relays the message, and we just kind of follow along with everything. So I think everybody, like I said, knows, what it's going to take, and it's going to take us coming together and being one.
DeSean, what's the best way to explain why you've had the type of success you have against former teams? What is it about the way that you're wired that has allowed you to perform in those moments?
Man, they had the opportunity to keep me, I guess, and they didn't. So I get to take out, whatever it is I feel on that to the team or to the opponent. So make it no more special, but obviously I'm where I'm at now, and I can only be where my feet is standing. So I'm happy to be a part of what we have here, special, and definitely anytime we get to play anybody, I'm gonna always have the same mentality. That's the fierce competitor edge that I have. Whoever I go against, regardless if it's my best friend or my worst enemy, I just been trained and programmed to go about my business in one orderly fashion, is to beat your opponent and beat them bad. So however we're gonna do that, that's the plan.
DeSean, what is it going to feel like for you to catch that first deep ball, perhaps with a touchdown from Carson? You wanted to come back here so badly. I'm sure you even envisioned it when you signed. What do you think that's going to feel like?
Man, I wish I could tell you. I don't want to peak too soon, man, but it's going to feel great. I definitely, you can play it back in your head, you can think about it, you can visualize it, but until it happens, to get the feeling out and to get them jitters, I'm sure I'll be over anxious, be ready to go Saturday night. Can't wait till Sunday, but I say we're at Wednesday and I can't peak too soon, so stay calm and collected and just look for Sunday.
What's the optimum number of touches for you in this offense, do you think?
Oh, broke finger, man. I don't know. They might not use me, man. I might just be a decoy, man. You never know, man. I don't know.
Is that okay?
I can't let you know nothing right now, man. You gotta just wait till Sunday to check that out.
You're cool with that,
Sean, in the game you played against the Eagles last year, it seemed like everyone in the stadium knew first play they go deep. You still caught the 75-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Are there times when you feel like the defense knows what's coming, still can't stop?
I'm sure, they sit in the meetings and they watching and they're listening to their coaches say, don't let that little whatever beat y'all. So I'm sure that, they're emphasizing that, but at the end of the day, you still got to stop it regardless of how much film or, what you prepare for. At the end of the day, you still got to go out there and perfect your job at a high level. So we'll see how that plans out.
DeSean, how are you getting more comfortable this week with the middle finger? I know that's a little bit of a hiccup, and everyone says you're fine, but adjusting to that and the comfortability at this point.
I mean, it's an obstacle, honestly, it's a challenge. In 12 years, never really broke no fingers, so, had some issues last year with a torn ligament in my thumb, but it's a little different. But, any obstacle I feel like I can always overcome, so just kind of just focusing on, looking the ball and catching the ball and just, going back to the fundamentals of being a wide receiver and just kind of go back to what you taught at an early age. You catch the ball, you got to extra look it in and make sure you tuck it. So just going over that and just feeling comfortable and confident and comfortable throughout the week. So just make sure I'm all right.
Jake Gruden was saying earlier today.
Last one, man. Yeah.
He was saying earlier today that you don't have to be targeted to have an impact on the defense. Mm-hmm. You still see that on tape when you watch it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, anytime you have a player like myself that's able to go out there and affect the way the defense is playing, you always count for that. Can't never get caught slipping because the one time you get caught slipping is on a deep pass or deep balls over here. So, I like that about, the nature that I bring to the game and, whatever it is that I'm asked to do, obviously if it's the decoy or run, clear out, whatever it is. And then when my time comes, I'm going to do the best I can to perfect my job. So I like that part of the game because you never know, is it going to be the play to take you 80 yards deep or is it going to be a play to clear out for one of my other teammates? So that's the joy of it.
I haven't been out there in a bit with the guys. Just really excited to be with those boys. First time to practice with Malik today, man. Couldn't be more excited. We worked on some things together, and it'll be good for me.
Everyone says that the link's going to be electric. Carson and Doug and this opener, especially the way, last season ended for you guys. You kind of all talked about having a bad taste in your mouth. That's really your first chance to really just, set the season straight.
Absolutely, man. We got the best fans in football. It was be the season opener, against, NFC opponent, East opponent, and a team that we know very well, that knows us very well. And it's the first game, so we all know that it'll be really good in there, and we won't disappoint.
How hard was it this preseason to kind of be patient? And I know you wanted to be out there, but you kind of had to follow the instructions from the trainers and everything. How tough was that?
I was out there a good bit. Being a leader and wanted the guys to hear my voice. Going through some drills with the team, but it's always hard not going out there competing with the guys that you go to work with on Sundays. But at the same time, those guys understand that I was in a position where that it's a long season, I just had to be smart about my injury, post-surgery, and like I said, we had a really good plan with the medical staff. The coaches understood, and now I am where I am, and I'm ready to roll.
What's been the hardest part about just getting back?
Just trying not to have just too many setbacks, not trying to just rush a whole lot of stuff, and just being smart about it. The main focus was for me to just be mentally ready and physically ready to be ready to go out there to battle.
On that note, it's year 8 for you, and this is the first time you've kind of had a summer like this. Are you able to step in week 1, you think, and be the player you've always been, or is it going to take some time?
It's like riding a bike, you do it for so long when you're a kid, you never forget how to ride a bike. I think, not being able to go through, the whole the couple reps that we do get in preseason, I will see a lot of stuff this week, and, I'll be prepared for it. Getting out there to practice, getting actually go against my teammates, it'll be really good.
If you're out there, sounds like a guy who has a little extra motivation after the way you guys handled him. And last time he was here with the Vikings in the NFC title game, are you able to defend against something like that when a guy has a little extra angst for a game like this?
I don't know what he said, so.
He just kind of said with a little attitude, like, I remember what they did. I remember.
Like the old saying say, everybody got a plan until they get hit, right? So that's the thing we got to live by. We all can talk so much and say so many things. I mean, we're pros and we all competitive. But at the end of the day, we got to go out there and play and prove it.
Is there anything you haven't been able to do at practice so far? You pulled up?
I mean, I practiced today, so everything was good. I got out, and I'm pretty sure y'all saw me out there. And I was excited to be there. After not being out there for a couple of days, but I'll be ready to roll.
At what point did you know that you'd be good for the opener? Have you known all along you'd be okay for Sunday, or?
I think, like I said at that last game, you just about got to take a limb for me not to be out there for those guys. And I knew I was ready. Still had to be smart about it. Just still taking time step by step. But like I said, I'd do anything for those guys, and I had to be smart. Had to, kind of take my time and make my way back into things. And right now, I feel like, I'm ready to roll.
As far as being smart about it, is there any chance your snaps might be a little more limited if you're out there, or will you be able to go full them out like you normally will?
I'll just do what the coaches tell me on Sunday. Whatever plan they got, I'm pretty sure they'll sit me down and share it with me. And I'll be prepared for whatever they present to me. It is what it is at the end of the day. I got to trust them, they got to trust me, and I got to know how I feel and tell them how I feel.
Hey, Fletcher, we've spoken to Malik about how he can benefit playing next to someone like you. How can you benefit from playing next to someone like you?
Man, a couple ways. We got to attack. Me and him, we have to attack. We have to play off one another. We did for today to be the first day of practice, me practicing with him, we did some really good things in practice. And that's things that we've talked about in the meeting room doing, and and actually going on the field and getting that repetition actually on the live play. But at the same time, it's still going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. We can be really special together.
In these past 2 years on rushing downs, you usually had a DN next to you bouncing inside. What kind of differences is there when it's someone like Malik who might be bigger than those guys?
I mean, he just said it. I think it's a bigger body guy in there. It's a guy that's played a lot of football in this league, that understands football. And then you got a guy like Timmy rolling in, a guy like Hassan Ridgeway rolling in, guys that's played football in this league, bigger body guys rushing on third down now. And I think it'll be that much easier. But we still got to go out and compete and create those one-on-ones for each other to win.
Did you see the ESPN the magazine today?
Yeah, I'm mad because they ain't do the D-line, so the D-line should have been in there too.
You wanted to do it?
Hell yeah, I'll do it. What you mean? I ain't scared.
Well, some guys, Lane was joking, some guys he had to convince really to want to do that.
You got to have fun, man. You got to live a little bit. You can't take it all serious. I think that was a fun thing for the O-line, and I thought it was great for him, great publicity for him. And, it was just time for those guys to come together and kind of maybe feel uncomfortable about some things, but, you just got to be the self inside of you and have fun.
Would you ever post for a body issue?
Yes, I will. What you mean? I'm not scared.
Just play your game.
Just play your game.
As soon as you start kind of thinking about that kind of stuff, you already get.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to start messing up. You're going to start seeing too much. See a little, see a lot. You just focus on your guy and do what you're supposed to do, and learn him. It'll be a good game for us.
I remember when you first got here, you were saying, how happy you were to be here and everything, but it was kind of like a whirlwind, I guess. You've been released, it was kind of a surprise. But now that you've been here for a couple months now, and you kind of feel, is it just kind of more of a solid feeling that way, and that, really glad it couldn't have worked out any better?
Oh yeah, it definitely couldn't have worked out any better. I really felt that way when I first signed. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, it was a whirlwind. You had a lot going on. I was thinking about so much. What I need to do better, how I'm gonna make it better this year, and so now that everything's calmed down, I've been able to learn and just adjust to the system and really. Just go home and just really be frantically working, trying to get this right. Now that it's been working, I'm happy. And I'm just excited that the season's here, It's kind of perfect timing for me. This offseason was really long, but now it's finally here. I'm excited. So I think I've learned a lot, and I think I'm ready to go out here and be a Coach Schwartz D3 tech and go out there and kill it.
How do you think your style compares with Fletcher's? You guys work pretty well. I know it's only been a day.
Yeah.
How do you work with each other?
I think so. Because he's a power guy. I think he's a power with savvy hips and can pass rush real well. I'm a guy that can pass rush and try to finesse and then try to power if I can. But I think we'll play off each other with that. I think we're both very smart. We know how to play the game and we both see stuff. He knows his defense a lot better than me, so it's one of those things that we can also work on each other off of that. But I think both being in the league as long as we have both seeing a lot of things, we're pretty smart. We can go out there and just help our defense and put ourselves in the right situation to get sacks and make plays.
Reaction from coaches or teammates?
I think some of the coaches are surprised. I think they kind of let a lot of the guys in the organization know that we did it. a little bit later than we anticipated. But obviously we kind of were on a don't tell policy there for a while, trying to keep it as much of a secret as possible. So it was pretty funny. I think everybody's kind of funny / a little bit disgusted all at the same time. Yeah.
Don't you wish you got JP to do it?
I mean, I would have loved to have JP do it, but I think he's he's earned the right to not partake in that type of stuff.
When you decided to do this as a group, was there anybody that you asked permission, like your wife or anybody, to do it?
No, I think if I would have thought my wife would have a problem with that, I probably would have asked. But no, I just kind of, I don't think anybody wanted to do it other than Lane, to be honest with you. I think he kind of was the ringleader behind it, and everybody was kind of like, well, I mean, if you really want to do it, we'll kind of go along with you. But it ended up being a lot of fun. It was good. Good time. Very, very free, very liberating experience.
What was your reaction to? I mean, they had some behind-the-scenes video, stuff that you might not have thought might have come out. Just seeing that online.
I mean, we kind of knew that there was some behind-the-scenes stuff going on, so I don't think I was really surprised at anything that came out. The biggest surprise through the whole thing is just like how naked you are for the entirety of the thing for the most part. And they kept telling me, Jason, you could put a towel on, but I was like, I don't know, it's fine. No, but I think it was a fun experience. It was definitely a unique experience, to say the least. And I don't know that I'll have that many people knocking down my door to photograph me naked in the future.
Carson says he's more than ready. Do you get a sense from that in practice? Obviously, nobody has seen him in a game yet, but do you get the sense in practice that he is more than ready?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's more than ready every time I step on the field with him. I think physically, obviously, this year he feels better than he did last year. But as far as his preparation, knowledge of the game plan, knowledge of the team we're playing, just overall competitiveness. I mean, that guy's always ready to step on the field, and for everything physically to be caught up this year. I think we're all excited for him to be back out there.
Jason, compare the reaction to wearing nothing and wearing a purple mummer's robe.
A purple mummer's robe?
Yeah, the parade. I mean,
is that a robe?
I don't know what you call it, outfit?
Outfit, yeah, I guess. Nothing to wearing that.
Which has got the bigger reaction, the crazier reaction?
The mummers. Yeah.
Just because of the context of it.
Yeah, and I think, it's not that surprising that I'd be naked, I feel like. No, I think, it was the whole mummers thing, obviously, coming off the Super Bowl. There was a little bit more attention to that and everything. So that probably got a little bit more attention.
Are you out there Sunday?
I'll leave that one from there. Leave y'all guessing.
To be where you are, from where you came from, because it's pretty quick. How special does it feel to be in this spot where there's a chance you could?
It feels good. I always say I'm fortunate enough to be able to play in the NFL where I can get the best care as far as doctors and rehab and stuff. I felt like, especially last year, the training staff kind of got a bad shape with different setbacks and different stuff that they were going through, but they did a great job with me, so I appreciate it.
Were you able to do everything in practice today, either that you wanted to, or at least go full throttle, so to speak?
Yeah, so I started practicing team stuff with pads last week. That was kind of the first test to see how I feel and if I was able to do everything I needed to do, and I was.
What's been the hardest part about just getting back?
Catching up. We played the Redskins twice since I've been here, but each year you got different players, different guys, and different game plans. So that's one, just getting on page, with the other guys, and just trying to knock the rust off.
How do you balance being smart and not having a setback and going, I'm a competitor, I want to be out there? Obviously, everyone like yourself is targeted week one.
I think you said it, just being smart. Go out there and, do what I can do, and, at the same time, I guess not try to play hero ball where if I do feel something or it doesn't feel right or, gets fatigued or something, just tell them, kind of go from there.
So the body issue came out today.
Yeah.
What's been the reaction here?
I think everybody knew, we were having fun with it. I think everybody knows it's kind of like a fun thing. We can laugh at ourselves as an offensive line. So I mean, it's been good. All the jokes and all that. It's all good.
What's the best joke you've heard from somebody?
I don't know. I gotta get on there and check it out.
It didn't come up in like the team meeting or anything like that?
Yeah, a couple of coaches I found out a couple of weeks ago, and we've been hearing some things, and some pictures that started coming out last week, and I think it dropped at midnight last night. So, a couple of jokes here and there.
Is there some texts from family or anything that you've gotten that were?
Yeah. So my mom, when I didn't really tell her, I didn't think it was a big deal, but when it came out, my mom was like, kind of be nice to kind of have a heads up because, going to work with her colleagues and, people bringing it up to her, is one thing, but it's all good.
Her coworkers didn't enjoy the reading material?
I don't know how much reading was going on, so.
Brandon, did you set week 1 as a goal for yourself when you started the rehab process?
Yeah, that was always, my focus. Doing everything in my power. To be out there.
So is it important for you to hit that goal, or have you now reached the point where you're able to say, okay, whatever is best for me and the team is fine?
A little bit of both. Got to be smart first and foremost. But, if I feel like I go and do what I need to do, everything I need to do, I'm gonna do that.
Do you look at Carson's situation last year at all, where he set it as a goal, really wanted to be out there week 1, but they said, you know what, we're going to hold you out a week or two. Do you look at that at all? Like, I don't necessarily, I have to listen to the doctors in a way.
Yeah, obviously with his knee, the timeline was a little longer for him. For me, it just always came up right until about week 1 regardless. So, going to be smart with the doctors. But, like I said, if I'm feeling good and, I can go out there and do everything I need to do and feel nothing.
Back in January, you said that the injury kind of lit a fire for yourself. What did you learn about yourself through this process?
First and foremost, ignoring the noise and, just really putting my head down and working. At the time of the injury, I can't tell you how many reports came out saying that, I was going to be on PUP. I wasn't going to play until, then I might miss this year. I wasn't going to play until midseason. I for sure was going to miss the first game. It was overly optimistic. I believe Jeff McClain said that, to be exact. Just different things like that, that were written. Call it what it is. Like, we all see it. So, I just use that as fuel and motivation. And then, from there, once I was able to, get out of the boot and start walking, just cranked it in overdrive. I would come and, do rehab here and then go home and do rehab again, do it on Saturday and Sundays, lifting like 5-6 times a week, man. Just really focused, knowing that, if I put the time in, one, to come back the player that I was, if not better, and then two, after you get the surgery, your rehab is really going to depend on, how you're going to heal or how fast you're going to heal. So I just put those two things, in front and let everything else sort itself.
Also, the fact that it's against a division rival, team from the DMV area, is that extra special to add a little more something for yourself personally?
Yeah, a lot of bragging rights going back home with my family and some of my close friends as well. So it's always a meaningful game for countless reasons. But, really, man, it's just the first one is the next one. But it really sets the tone for this new team. Got a lot of new guys and, give everyone around the league, put them on notice on, who the 2019 Eagles is going to be.
Is the emotion for you going to be different from the standpoint where you had football taken away from you about a year ago, that when you come out of that tunnel for the first time, that's going to be like you got that feeling once again?
Yeah, it's going to be very emotional. I think, because of what took place last year and all the work that took place in order for me to get here, in order to get back out there and be able to play week 1. So it's going to be a lot of emotions running inside my veins, but I'm going to let that carry me throughout the game and just go out there, man, just focus on each individual play and give it my best and just be there for my team.
How would you describe the work that you've put in over the last year to get yourself ready for week 1?
Undescribable. Every single day, man. I think I've seen enough of the trainers. I've seen enough of this facility. But this is probably the most, I feel like, the best shape I've been in my career so far. I feel good. I've been able to focus on little muscles that I probably wouldn't have given put enough emphasis on because of the injury. So feel like I'm a step faster, feeling better than before, man, and I'm ready to just go out there on Sunday and just let it show.
You're always a positive, optimistic guy.
Yeah.
Were you like that throughout this whole process?
Absolutely. I feel like I always set short-term goals for myself and also have milestones. Just talking to a few people, Carson, Chris Maragos, who was here, they were kind of shedding their knowledge, in the process. But I just went out, man, and set goals for myself and just trusted the process, most importantly. And I think, with setting those short-term goals for myself, I never looked, too far ahead. I just stayed in the moment. And set goals that were attainable. And so been good so far, man, every step of the way. I've just been enjoying the moment.
What were some of the things that the trainers did behind the scenes to help you get to those milestones?
Really just, conversations that they shared with me and, pushing me really. There were times where, I really wouldn't be into it, but, they motivated me. I also had, my other teammates who unfortunately were injured too, but Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills, we kind of, created a competition-like atmosphere in that training room. So that helped, I think each of us get through, this long year. And, most of us are back and ready to, go. Myself and Darby and, Mills is kind of on his way. But I think all of that, a combination of teammates, also trainers, all helped and contributed.
How special is it that guys like Corey Clement, Ronald, Brandon, that you guys will all be out there for week one after going through the hardship together?
It's special, because all of us understands what it took to get to this point. And, we all were striving to get here, but, it just adds a different level of I guess, I don't even know. But, it just feels special to be with a group of guys like that, to go through everything that we had to endure, and to now be able to go out there and play for our teammates and go out there and put it all on the line. It's a good feeling.
Everyone wants to see what the Eagles' defense is going to be, but what do you expect from Washington's offense with Case Keenum running quarterback, Darius Geis making his debut, the former first-round pick, Doxson, our receiver, didn't even make the team this year.
Yeah.
What are you expecting to see from this offense?
It's a different group of guys over there. Case Keenum is now leading that team. I'm very familiar with him, played with him in the Rams, but also, seen him versus the Vikings, and he's a good quarterback. He understands who he is and very persistent and efficient thrower. But then you also add Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis, the versatility of their tight ends over there. Their route running ability and speed is definitely, a threat, and you have to respect that. And then I think it's going to start with that running back core. They each bring something different. They're all dynamic. Adrian Peterson, old but still, fresh, man. They have the young guy, Geis, and Chris Thompson out the backfield. So it's going to be a good test for us, man. We know what we have to do. We got to stop the run first, and, we got to hold up in the back end. We got to do our job. We got to make turnovers to get the ball back for our offense.
Is it great to talk about football?
It is great, man. It's been a long time. So, it's good to talk ball, be back here in the film room. And then most importantly, out on the field, man, making some plays. So I'm just excited for this opportunity and, just taking it 1 week at a time.
What was it like going through the whole off-season and summer rehabbing?
It was different. It was my first time ever having that experience. So it was a lot different for me. Throughout my whole career, I've pretty much been healthy. And so to have something where at one point where I couldn't even put no pressure on my foot and be on a scooter and all that type of stuff, it was different. My kids seemed to like it a little bit. They at least liked riding on a little scooter with me. But other than that, man, it was a grind for sure.
Was it concerning that you might not get back in time for the season?
It was a point in time. I mean, where I didn't really know, and that was more so like early on. But as time went on, and I was starting able to, put pressure and then get out of a boot and things like that, and just keep going to treatment and rehab, getting that rehab, and just continue to build the strength in it. It just started getting me more and more confident.
You haven't hit anybody yet, right?
A little bit of day in practice.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say you must be just
not full tackle though.
Right.
I haven't full tackle nobody.
You must
you know.
be just dying to.
Yeah, I got a lot of pressure built up for sure.
What'd you hit?
You know, old lineman,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, taking on blocks and stuff like that. I haven't tackled nobody yet though. So this week will be the first.
Was there a certain point in the last week or two where you said to yourself, okay, I'm going to be good for week one?
Definitely. I'd probably say about 2 weeks ago. I definitely felt a lot more confident just being out in practice. I started out being limited, doing individual and stuff like that and working on my cuts and things like that. So that pretty much just gave me more confidence as the time went on, and I just kept building off of that.
Is there a sense of relief that all the hard work you put in rehabbing this offseason is going to pay off, that you'll be out there for week one?
Definitely. Everything is paid off, man. I put in the time. I've done the conditioning. I think I'm going to be back to my normal self.
It's a tough physical offense to go against week one here with Washington. The two backs there with Geis making his debut and AP back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough physical defense. So we know what we're facing. We know what we're going to see. Our main goal is to stop the run. So, you know, we rail up for that challenge.
How are you celebrating the birthday?
Probably, who knows, go to a nice restaurant with family. That's about it. Wife probably got a nice cake or something for me. It's a big 30, man.
You said you weren't always sure if you were going to make it for week one, and you just said it was just a couple weeks ago you really started feeling like yourself. Did you feel like you were cutting it kind of close to get ready?
Well, it was all on the timeline base. I think our training staff did a tremendous job with, you know, the guidelines of getting me ready, keeping me on the schedule, not overdoing it some days to where I'm like tremendously sore. I think they kept it at a fine line and then putting the workload on me at the right time and seeing if I can handle it, and which I was able to do.
Dr. Brandon Graham talked about how last year he had the surgery. It took a little while to get up to speed when he got back. Is that the biggest challenge, the conditioning part of it for game speed after missing a lot of really all the training camp?
I mean, the game speed, I mean, you really only get it from the games, to be honest. And really, none of the starters really play in the preseason. And that's just what it is. That's just the way it goes. So it's like, I mean, I was at one point doing a conditioning test every day. So I'm going to be conditioned. I mean, that's not my concern. I've always been like that, just been able to just, you know, train myself to run all day. And that's just been my motto. So I want to stick to that, obviously.
Miles, do people tell you that it's going to be faster in the regular season?
Oh yeah, hear that all the time, but this is football to me. Of course it's going to be faster, it's the NFL, so it's going to be a little faster than college, but I'm ready for it, man. I worked my butt off for this whole time, so I'm ready for it.
Do you have family coming in? Is this like a big deal, this first game in the NFL?
Same family, same people that's been coming. Nobody really different. Not a big crowd really, but same family knows that be coming.
Coach Peterson was saying, you know, that he's not afraid to plug you and JJ, you know, and stuff. As a rookie and everything, playing your first game, how does that kind of make you feel that they're not afraid to use you guys?
Made me feel good, honestly. Like I was just telling the other reporter, it just proves that I came to training camp and showed what I can do and showed them that I'm reliable out there. I know what I'm doing out there. I'm playing faster because I know what I'm doing now. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go out there and play.
Is that kind of like an exciting thing for you? I mean, getting that first NFL game under your belt?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really getting our first hit out the way. I'm ready for that. So I think once I get that first hit, then I'm on the road.
You talked a lot during training camp that really hadn't sunk in yet. You're here and this is your job and you're a pro team. Has it sunk in yet, or is it going to take till you run through that tunnel on Sunday afternoon?
It kind of sunk in. I still get excited. I mean, I'm doing what I love now. So, but it's still sunk. It's sunk in though. Probably first preseason game, you know, suiting up and getting ready for the game. Because it was even live when our first preseason game. The practice was even live. There's 40,000 people there watching this practice. So it definitely hit me. But now everything counts now. So I'm just ready to play.
What's your expectation Sunday?
Do whatever I can to help this team get the W. That's the only thing on my mind right now.
Just initial thoughts on Washington's defense. Very strong front from what you see on tape.
Yeah, very impressive front. They got the first rounder on the edge, Sweat, and they got number 91. They got some new linebackers. They got Collins there now, so they got Josh Norman. So it's a very good defense, and I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready.
You get any sense, Darren, for how much use you're going to get? I mean, obviously, you're returning punts, but you don't seem to care one way or the other how they use you.
No, it really all depends on the flow of the game down there. So you really never know.
Yeah. You don't know how many more of these opening days you're going to have, though. So is this one, a little bit maybe more special, than that one in the rookie year?
They're all special to me. Anytime you get to go out there and play, like they all special.
What about playing here? I mean, fans are obviously excited. There are a lot of expectations on you guys. They haven't seemed like you guys are the starters pretty much all preseason. Do you kind of get a sense like there's a heightened level of excitement?
Yeah, we're actually ready to go out there and want to put on a good show.
Yeah, I'm sure they want you to put on a good show. Is like opening day at home, like in Philly, different than the other opening days that you've been a part of?
Nah, they're all special.
San Diego, all the same.
The same. Yep, they're all special.
Does the body feel as right as it did 15 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah, body's feeling good.
Yeah.
You had a different kind of smile when Dave mentioned moving up to 5. How would you say in terms of the secret to all of this? I mean, you're not going to give too much away, but what's the secret to keeping on top?
I just feel like I have been really blessed. Like that's the main thing for me.
You're never going to tell us this is the last year, right? I mean, you're always going to play a player? Or is this definitely it?
I don't want to get into all that. My main thing is, I just want to enjoy like every week, every practice, every trip we have together. Like that's my whole thing.
It's a good situation, like you said, close to home, and yeah, I mean, of all the places I could be, I couldn't think of a better situation to be in. So I'm very fortunate for it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good to meet you.
What was the reaction from Downtown East?
Yeah, they were happy. They were thrilled. I had a lot of texts from friends and family, and everybody's pretty pumped. Yeah.
To have it work out this way, going to the Giants first, and then coming to your hometown team, it's got to be pretty special.
It is. No, it is. I grew up rooting for the Eagles, and I know a lot about the history of this team, and yeah, I mean, this is where my heart is, and I got drafted to the Giants, and kind of that got thrown out the window, but I'm fired up, and just feels really, really neat to be in this building and be a part of this organization, and it's a special group of guys and coaches and front office. Everybody's just committed to winning, so I'm excited to be a part of it.
What did they tell you about the opportunity that you have here?
I mean, I haven't really talked specifics on my position or my role yet. I mean, obviously, just as a practice squad guy, I just want to get better one day at a time, and obviously coming in to a new system, a new way of calling plays and all that, just got to get caught up to speed and just really be studying my butt off and just be in my book all the time and just kind of learn it as quickly as I can. Take it one day at a time. I got great guys to learn from in that quarterback room, and yeah, just going to try to as quickly as I can get caught up and get on the same level as them as far as my understanding of the playbook.
John Clark with NBC.
Yep, absolutely. Good to meet you. Thanks a lot.
Forget everything. I mean, it's one thing to learn a whole new thing, but you have to forget the first one, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's. I think you can still draw on your experiences, and you can still, learn from the things that you built, at the last place you were. But I mean, it's really just a terminology change, and a lot of the same concepts and stuff carry over, I'm sure, in every offense. But yeah, it's just learning the terminology and just getting familiar with everything and the timing. And the ball handling and all those fine details that the quarterback needs to be sharp on. So it'll take some time, but I'm confident that I can get it down pretty quickly. So.
in your second year now, you've seen a lot happen. I guess you learned that it's a business and you could end up anywhere the next day. Was it still kind of weird the whole way it all went down?
Yeah, no, it was a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, and obviously my first year wasn't that much. Didn't feel, quite as much pressure, I should say. But I definitely felt it this year. But I felt like I went out there in the preseason and did what I needed to do, and performed well, and definitely improved. I think I'm a way better quarterback than I was last year, and that's the goal. Obviously it's not fun getting cut, but hey, onward and upward, and here I am, and just want to make the most of the opportunity I have here.
Did you have other opportunities after the Giants let you go?
I did.
And how did you decide on this one?
Well, I just think I did, and I think this is just the best situation for me, and I get to learn from me and Josh McCown share the same agent as well, so that's a big selling point. I mean, Josh is fantastic, and he's already helped me so much in 2 days that I've been here. But Carson, Nate, those guys have been great so far. So I think it's a good quarterback room, and obviously want to be around, Coach Taylor, Coach Groh, and Peterson have been known to develop. Coach Peterson's developed some great quarterbacks. So it's just, all that stuff together, I guess, and a winning football team that's had a history of winning. So all those things are reasons why I'm here now.